All right. So I was thinking of talking about something that I learned from Mr. Devanand and Mr. Rajendra Kumar. Now, Devanand and Rajendra Kumar were the superstars of Indian cinema in the past. In fact, Rajendra Kumar was also called the Jubilee Kumar. Jubilee Kumar because I think most of his movies at least did 25 weeks in the theaters. And it was a big deal those days. Devanand was the style icon of his era. So now both these actors were superstars, and I happened to listen to their interviews, and Devanand is my personal favorite. So what I learned from these stars is that now if you see, and if you look at the life of successful people, people who have made it big in their respective industries, the one thing that you get to learn is that there's a common thread between all these successful people, and that is these successful people do not wallow in their past, especially when the past is filled with bitter experiences and sorrow. So in one of the interviews, Rajendra Kumar, when the interviewer asked him about a particular incident, maybe about his past, what he said was, he said in Hindi, he said, past to him is like a graveyard, you see, graveyard. And he wouldn't want to look at it. He believed that focusing on the present and working towards the future is better than wallowing in the past, especially wallowing in sorrow. And in another interview, Devanand Sahab, Mr. Devanand, now he was in love with the yesteryear's heroine, Suraya. Now, Suraya was a very big star those days, and Devanand was a struggling actor, I think. And Devanand, he was in love with Suraya, and I think even Suraya was in love with Devanand, but it did not work out for them. Okay, so he could not marry Suraya. So what he said was, instead of grieving for days and months and years, I loved what he said. He said he cried. He cried a lot, but that experience made him strong. He grew as a man. He came out of it stronger. I was moved listening to that. And he also said that when something, when I think he was referring to this experience of his with Suraya, he said, I shed tears and I knew I had to move ahead. And he also said that it's very important for a person to focus on his work, because when you don't focus on your work and keep wallowing in the past and remain idle, it's going to eat you up from within. And he also added that he shed tears, okay, because he could not get the love of his life. And then he took his sorrow and put it in his pocket and had it there like a pet and moved on. And he never, looked back. He never looked back and cried. So now you see, the lesson is very simple. You can either make your past, P-A-S-T, I came up with this, just now. Past can be a progressive alliance, P-A-S-T, okay? P for progressive, A for alliance, with sorrow and turmoil, okay? Or you can learn from your past, become stronger, and move ahead in life. Because at the end of the day, nobody can teach you anything if you're not ready to learn anything. And at the end of the day, it is your choices that would make or break you. So make an empowering choice, learn from your past, and I hope you would move on. And I also hope that this video of mine would serve you in some way, in a positive way. So all the best, and make use of your past. And let's learn from these legends, Devanand and Rajendra Kumar. I'll see you in another video. Take charge of your lives. See ya.